Thank you for tuning in to Talkwad.com, the world's fastest growing internet radio network. Please check out all the other great shows on www.talkwad.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
But I'm stuck to the ground and I still got 2 meters to fall. Burn the bridges that I need the most and watch the water grow too deep to board. Plan ideas but the plans collapse. To be hell, they win in stores. I age a little, I'm still immature. I'm a mess with a smile but I'm feeling fine. And if you're willing, there's a cure.
You're now listening to Level 3 Radio.
All right, welcome to Level 3 Radio. It's show 18. Show on Nerdcore Radio on the Talkwad Radio Network. Shout out to the Nerdcore co-hosts. We got Nerdorama and Buddhist Portal. Also on the team here, so shout out to those guys. Today we will be having a call-in guest. We're going to have Joe Barshaw calling in from Lansing, Michigan. Joe is a multifaceted artist. He is primarily a musician. I've actually been in a couple bands with him when I was younger, but he's also an artist of other sorts. He's took a swing at comedy, and he was fantastic at that, actually. It'd be cool to have him on just as a comedian, just to have him do a bit, but I don't know. I'd hate to spring that on him last minute. But yeah, I mean, he was in drama classes in high school, and he was always good at that. He's great at anything he tries his hand at. So he's a fantastic artist. Great, funny guy. Can't wait to have him on. All right, so I do have a little bit of news. I'm going to jump right into. I'm not sure when Joe's going to call, but he can join in the conversation whenever he likes. So. First thing is a thing that I saw came out today, actually. Pretty excited about it. It was a video came out that apparently they sent a Geek Squad badge into space. I think that's pretty cool. They built one of those weather balloon contraptions and sent it up into near Earth orbit. I don't know if is that actually space, or is that just like space on a technicality? Because it seems like there's a few of those videos going out where there's like a dad who sent his son's toy into space, and I don't know if it's actually space or just near Earth orbit, but I guess technically it's space. Anyway, pretty cool. I thought that was a pretty awesome thing. Maybe I'm just a little bit geeked because I may happen to be affiliated with them. But anyway, that was pretty cool. So, other bit of news that came out, Burger King admitted that the meat that they are selling is actually bits of horse meat in there. Shocker there. Not going to go too far into that story because, hey, maybe Joel will want to jump on this one. I'm not sure because it's pretty crazy. But apparently Hitler's toilet was found in New Jersey. It's a toilet from a yacht. At the time, it was the largest yacht in the world. And it was over here. A boatyard keeper had it, and the government ordered it scrapped because they didn't want to have a monument to Hitler. So they scrapped it, and in the process, this guy named Greg. Oh, sweet.
Hello?
Hey, Joe, what's up?
Hey, not much. How you doing, man?
Fantastic. Just rapping about a little bit of news and Hitler's toilet.
Okay, I just missed that part. Apparently there's a lag. What about Hitler's toilet? Tell me about this.
Okay, so Hitler's toilet, it's actually a toilet from Hitler's yacht. It was the largest yacht in the world at the time. Made its way It's actually at Greg's Auto Repair in New Jersey. Apparently, it was the yacht made its way over to America, and there was a boat, like a boatyard keeper, who was charging people $25 to go on and tour it and visit it. And the government decided they wanted to shut it down because they didn't want a monument to Hitler. So they ordered it scrapped. And apparently, Gary needed a toilet, and he knew a guy who knew a guy, and he got one for free.
Wow.
That was
So government didn't want a monument to Hitler, so instead this guy now has a throne, Hitler's throne.
so they get a throne instead of a monument.
Yeah, I really hope he doesn't kneel to that.
Yeah, man, like the old worship in the porcelain trip. I hope that doesn't happen. God.
Right?
Anyway, so I'll wrap up the bits of the news for now to welcome you, Joe. Thanks for coming on Level 3 Radio.
Hey, thanks for having me. You kind of forced me into it last time, but, who's counting?
Yeah, so this is your second trip on Level 3 Radio, first time since I joined the Talkwad network. And
Exactly. Time listener, second time caller, third time caller, I suppose. Well, second time. First time I didn't really call.
there you go. Yeah, man, so thanks for coming on. We got a little bit of music that we're going to be playing that's some solo project stuff that you're working on. So I guess just to start off, like give me a little bit of a summary of what you've been working on.
I experienced the tragic death of a hard drive
Ooh.
for the summer this last year, and I took it pretty hard. I could have spent the time writing other songs and everything, but no, I lost all of my information, and there's no way to get it back. It's completely dead. Miracle Max wouldn't have worked for this one. So instead, I have spent wasted time, really. I've discovered a lot of online sites that have great games.
Mm-hmm.
And Doctor Who is a really fun show.
All right.
So that basically sums up my last year. Until my sister's fiance hooked me up. I got a new hard drive, and he put a new operating system on my computer. I'm now running a Hackintosh. I love it.
Nice.
And so I'm back in business, and I've been trying to catch up and make up for lost time. And so I've got a couple new songs.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, as far as the sound of your solo project goes, is it pretty linear? Is it in the same field, or is it a more experimental tone, kind of all over the map?
Yeah, actually, because I took that hiatus, when I've gotten back in, I'm kind of bored with the old style. It was fun, this college rock and everything, but I want to see what else I can do. So I've got some electronica that I'm working on. I've got, of course, the old acoustic stuff. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
And then some synthesized rock, which I think you have a copy of one of the songs.
Absolutely. Yeah, so we've got a couple of your songs. We'll definitely let the audience get the first listen a little bit later. But yeah, so you're doing. I know you've had great success with experimenting with the electronic stuff. I've had a little bit of privilege and knowledge, been able to hear some advanced stuff, and you've got a mastery of the electronic songwriting, and that's actually a pretty difficult skill. I know a lot of people don't give credit; they think you press a button and a song appears. But what can you tell us about that process?
Well, I read an article a while ago that named Trent Reznor one of the best honorary drummers. He doesn't really drum, but he writes all of the drums for his albums and everything through electronic music. So I always start with a good drum beat, trying to emulate him. So get the drums down, add a grooving bass over that, and if it's a song I already have written, then, the rest just falls into place. If it's not, it's kind of fun to see where the song will go.
So you think the playing with the drums actually helps you craft the song? It's not just something that you add in later. It's actually part of the songwriting process.
Oh yeah. When I'm doing it this way, yeah, definitely. The drums, they've got this this quality that's deep within every human. Our ancestors used to bang on the logs and everything and dance around fires, and we still have that. You play, if you've ever been to a drum circle, you can see how what's the word I'm looking for?
Primal?
Ritualist people can be. Yeah.
You see how
So
primal it is?
I think that drums are still a huge part of people.
Yeah, and when you actually, if you ask a lot of, I hope this doesn't come off as like sexist or offensive or anything, but if you ask a lot of women, like when they listen to music, or like just in general, people at the club, like what do they listen to? What do they enjoy the most? They say the beat. Really, it's the rhythmic element that makes you connect with it, and it makes you want get up and want to dance and that sort of thing. So, absolutely.
Exactly, and ecstasy doesn't hurt that, you know?
It definitely doesn't get in the way. That's true. So, something I would ask before you started playing with the electronic aspect of drumming, did you ever sit down at a kit and make that part of your songwriting process?
No, I did own a very cheap drum set once, but I didn't get a lot of chance to play it because of my roommates and well, they were my parents at the time. But yeah.
Yeah. Drums are loud as hell.
And it's just such a loud instrument. You know,
Yeah.
I've got a trumpet here that I haven't touched in years because I value the opinion of my neighbors.
Yeah. You know, hey, there's actually electronic drum kits are getting more and more advanced these days, and I know it's becoming something that's more prevalent for bands because drums are so damn loud, and you really don't have, you know, with a guitarist, you can play an acoustic guitar at home, but if somebody lives in an apartment, how do you make that happen? And you have these
Exactly, and
electronic
they're
sets.
a huge pain to tote around everywhere.
Yeah. So I think that electronic drum kits, as they become more available, are going to help people out. Now then, I guess, then we have to go back to the fact that I don't think is it necessarily, it's not really the drumming element, the physical element of like moving the drumsticks that is your muse. Is it more the ability to click and drag and edit things?
Ooh, no, that's a big downfall of the way I do things now.
Okay.
The whole editing on a graph process. Oh, I hate it. But listening to the beat, to the big bass and the sharp snare. That's
So you'll kind of put in the basics and then feel it and edit it as you're kind of listening to it.
Oh yeah, and there's part of me that wants to do a minimalistic take on everything, you know. So I've got a couple different versions of songs where for the drum it's just a deep bass and a sharp snare, no hi-hat, nothing else, just those to keep the pace.
You know, it'd be really interesting to hear songs deconstructed in that manner because you don't often hear it. You hear it transition to the acoustic element where, you know, they'll grab an acoustic guitar and play it, but you don't often hear them decompose down to their core elements like that.
No, and I think that would be fun to witness.
Absolutely. And, you know, as you were describing your process of writing using the drums, again, it goes back to a lot of people think it's just, you know, click a button and the stuff appears if it's on a computer, but it's not necessarily that. And it's sort of the same as, you know, a live band will jam and play a song and experiment with moving things around in a riff, and it's a lot the same thing in that regard, would you say?
Yeah, where, you know, the bassist on your program is this mindless drone, and in real life it's this mindless drone. Yeah, I think that they share a lot of things, a lot of qualities.
Watch it.
I'm sorry, you started off on bass, didn't you?
Bass players are smart people. Watch it. All right. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely respectable art. I would put it up there, and I would say that I definitely respect people who write music. I mean, you're an artist in a different element. Everything's a different element. I mean, a bass player is not the same kind of artist as a drummer. Guitar player is not the same kind of artist, and someone who writes electronically is different as well. You're composing. You're not using a traditional instrument.
Exactly. Yeah. I think that, you know, I don't know. There used to be this program that they would play on Nickelodeon. Wow, that dates me. Huh? Takes me back. They had this little in-between shows, little sketch where they would take these common sounds, people walking and people coughing and
people farting.
Yeah, and turn it into a song, a short song. And I love that. I love that idea, and I think that's true. You know, you can find music really anywhere you want to listen to.
Yeah, the modern day part of that I actually have on my iPad right in front of me here. Let's see if maybe you can hear a little bit of it. It's actually the burp and fart piano.
Ooh, burp and fart piano. Okay, sounds right up my alley.
Yeah, you can actually make sounds using burp and fart recorded noises. So I think that's kind of in the same element. Maybe we could get our kids started.
Play it.
Yeah, so I mean,
Really
we
hope this
definitely keeping it classy tonight. But
this is what our kids are going to be writing. This
absolutely
is fantastic.
I mean, I think realistically, music is something that you should be able to interact with, and people should take it less seriously.
Yeah, I mean, should take it seriously and less seriously at the same time. Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely. I mean, in terms of dedication and that sort of thing, take it seriously. But in terms of people judging people for, you know, what sound they're using in their, I don't feel that that's really relevant or important.
For Christ's sake, a can of Campbell's soup is hanging up at the Louvre.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Oh God. You know, hey, art comes in different forms, and sometimes it's just a different perspective of something that we see every day. I mean, realistically, some of the most like interesting things that I've seen are like an artist who will decide to step out of what they're actually saw something on the internet. Dang it, I wish I had the link for it, but it was an artist who painted, and he decided he was going to use a different medium. So he grabbed a camera and throughout his day took pictures of like every little mundane thing and put them back into a photo collage. And it was really interesting just to see his day as it unfolded in a different medium side by side with something that he painted. And stylistically, you could see similarities. So it was really cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. That's like it's like listening to that Kesha song, you know, about TikTok, and her waking up and every little mundane thing, you know, brushing her teeth with a bottle of Jack, just her life unfolding.
Yeah.
I agree.
Do you think she actually like had the bottle and she was rubbing her gums with the bottle?
That's what I picture. Yeah.
That's what I think.
It's smart to me.
Maybe she should break the bottle and then use the bottle, the edges to kind of like scrape off.
Oh, I was thinking, you know, maybe comb her hair with it, but yeah, scrape off her teeth, yeah.
She could she could comb her hair with it. I mean, she might cut herself, but you got to be careful.
You got to break a few eggs to make an omelet anyway, you know?
That's absolutely true. And really, art, you know, sometimes people take risks. Have you ever seen the artist who would do the piercings and then hang herself?
Oh, Christ, yeah.
You've seen that?
Yep.
God, it's just, you know, hey, man, art sometimes requires pain. And, you know, hey, combing your hair with a broken bottle of Jack sounds like the right kind of pain for Kesha.
It's necessary. Though, man, can you see this?
What's up?
A kid who's in school via a robot.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's craziness, my friend. So
Verizon.
So as far as your music goes, you said you're getting bored a little bit with the traditional sound.
Yes, sir.
So how do you reconcile that? Because obviously you can't depart away from it entirely. So how do you reconcile that?
Music is going to be music, and a good song will translate from one genre to the next. So what I'm doing is just changing the genre. I've got a song that I want to sound like it's coming out of a machine, out of a running, working machine.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I didn't give you an MP3 of that yet, but I'll send you a copy of that sometime. And that's the thing I'm trying to do is just different genres, you know.
Yeah.
Wanted Motown for a second there.
Oh man, you have a couple songs that I have. I happen to have the pleasure of having a lot of Joe Barshaw rarities on different hard drives around my house. none of which have gone bad so far. I'll keep crossing my fingers, but I do happen to have the pleasure of having some rarities, and there are a couple that are very Motown inspired, and I would say, man, they're just so good. Maybe it's because I like Motown, but they're so good.
Well, Motown is great, man.
Yeah. They had such a nice backbeat. Like the rhythm section was fantastic.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Awesome.
Can't know what you're talking about, but yeah, okay.
Well, they'll probably show up on future shows. I've got because you used to come over when I lived in Lansing. You used to come over and we would just record things we were working on the 8-track that I have.
Yeah, you inspired me to do that 100-song project.
I'm glad I inspired you to do it because I could not keep myself motivated.
And it was in the middle. I was on like song 21 when my hard drive died.
Oh, damn. See, that's to catch the listeners up. I don't want to go off on too far of a tangent and leave them behind. We had an idea. Another one of my $1 million ideas is actually inspired by Jerry Seinfeld, who said that to be a comedian, you should be able to write a joke a day. Okay. And not all of them will be good, but you'll be writing, and that's how you get material.
Yeah.
And so I was like, hey, I'm going to try and write a song a day. And it's incredibly hard to stay consistent with it. And Joe, you followed through much, much better than I did. I think I got to about 15 or 17.
That's right. I wasn't doing a song a day. No. Instead, I was trying to draw inspiration from Mozart, who what he would do is every day he would either write a new song or work on an old one, update it somehow. And so that's what I was trying to do. I wasn't trying to put out a new song a day because that would just sound repetitious. And, oh, God, we all know the guy who writes 3 songs that sound the same. Dave Grohl yeah.
Yeah.
So what I was trying to do is update older songs, too.
Well, hey, that's a good idea because obviously if you're a song crafter, this is a good direction to get into as well. If you're a musician, you're someone who's a songwriter and you actually craft your songs. You don't just kind of throw it together and say, hey, there's a song. How much time do you spend in a song? Because to me, a song is a snapshot of a moment or an idea. How long do you spend working on a song before you go, you know what, mentally I'm just not there anymore?
I'll force 2 hours out of it.
What was that?
I'll sit there with a pen in hand, staring blankly at the paper with one line, trying to add on to it for 2 hours before I give up.
And then if you come back to it at a later date, say like next week or something, how does that work?
You know, sometimes that really works. I mean, sometimes you get back into the mood of things. You can pick up exactly where you left off mentally. I wrote a song while I was driving pizzas, and I just recorded all the snippets that I had. Okay, this is going to be the verse, da 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 da. This is going to be the chorus here, da 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 da. And then when I got off a couple hours later, I was able to piece them all together and add in new stuff. Whereas other times, I'll have this great idea and have to put it off for something, and then not be able to come back to it at all. And I've got a notebook full of these, ideas I thought were great that I look back on and, oh, God, they're terrible, or I just can't back. So now I try not to, if I have an idea, I just go straight with it. So Caitlin, she's nice. She understands that. I'll put up my finger and say, one moment, and continue working on it, and then get right back.
Oh,
yeah.
You give the wife the index finger. Hold on a minute. Hold on.
Unless I'm really into it, give her the full hand.
Whoa! So, yeah, how's that come off?
Big Heil. Yeah.
Hey, there's a Hitler reference earlier, so.
Hey.
How's that come off? How's the wife take that? She understanding?
No, she's actually Jewish.
What? No. Is she understanding? Not at the Zig Heil. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Barshaw.
Had a Hitler mustache for a second there.
That is true. I did.
Passed off as Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah.
They don't go hand in hand, man.
Oh my God. My grandpa, has the mustache. Now, granted, he's from an old enough time where that's his mustache, that's his thing, and nobody's going to tell my grandpa, hey, did you know that Hitler had that mustache? Because my grandpa would be like, you know what? That's cool. I had it too.
I had it first. I fought Hitler. Little
Well,
copycat.
thing is, it's weird because I've never, since I was a kid, looked at him and seen that and seen Hitler. But yet every other time I see that mustache, every other time, Hitler. Even Charlie Chaplin movies, I'm like, man, he's got that Hitler mustache. That's kind of weird.
You know, there's someone else famous with that mustache. Did he know?
Oh, God. I just thought of a really bad joke.
Oh, okay.
Man. So the Charlie Chaplin scene where he's going through the machinery,
Yeah.
foreshadowing? Never mind. Bad joke. See, I knew it was going to be a bad joke. I hate it when I have a joke and I'm like, it's going to be bad. I'm going to say it anyway.
I'll laugh, though. That was good.
Oh, God. Anyway, yeah, that wasn't funny. That wasn't funny. Don't laugh. I don't need your pity.
Fine, I'll take it back.
Okay, speaking of jokes, here's a yeah, was that a reverse joke? Did you just laugh in reverse?
Laugh back in, yeah.
That is a special talent you have there, Joe Barshaw. So speaking of jokes that are bad jokes, I think it's time for our joke of the week. And this one comes to us again from your wife, Caitlin Barshaw.
Oh, good. Yay.
Okay, I'll give you a chance to rebuttal after this with maybe a better one if you have. Okay, so here's Caitlin Barshaw's joke of the week. What's big, gray, and doesn't matter?
I don't know. What's big, gray, and doesn't matter?
Irrelevant. All right, Joe. Joe, what do you got for me? Do you have a better joke? Can you top your wife? I mean, with a joke.
No, she's always on time.
I knew it was going there. I knew it was going there. I mean, with a joke. Do you have a joke that will top her?
No, I definitely can't, because all of my jokes are terrible. In fact, I have one.
All right.
What does a jalapeno pepper do?
Oh, this was last week's joke.
Yeah. What does it do? Knock knock.
It knocks on your door?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Jalapeno pepper.
Jalapeno pepper who?
All up in your business. Nosy.
Nosy? Okay. Well, your horribly phrased joke, set up wrong, made me laugh more than her joke. Does that mean you win?
No.
No,
I win.
Oh my God! I'm going to tell your Three Nuns joke. This joke I will forever remember, and I will forever associate it with you every time I hear it. In fact, nuns are associated with you in my brain. Joke.
The best I ever told that joke was in front of a room full of kids at a religious concert.
Did you seriously?
I seriously did, inadvertently. I was trying to stall for the band because they were setting up their equipment or something. It was a friend's birthday party, and so in stalling, I told the joke. Go with it, man.
Oh, wow. All right. So do you care to tell? Didn't you tell this joke? This was your joke for like years. If anybody needed a joke, it was on deck.
Yeah. Anyone needed cheering up?
Do you care to tell the joke?
Oh, I'm doing it? Okay.
Yeah.
So three nuns were sitting on a bench in the park. A guy jumped out of the bushes and flashed them. First nun had a stroke. Second nun, she had a stroke. And the third nun, well, her arm was too short. So yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I got one.
Oh, go, Frodo.
Two fish are in a tank. One turns to the other and says, "Do you know how to drive this thing?"
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Oh. Wait. You can't hear Frodo?
No.
All right, I'll repeat it for you just because it's funny enough. Two fish are in a tank. One turns to the other and says, "Do you know how to drive this thing?"
Okay.
Awesome. I hope the listeners can hear Frodo. That was pretty fun.
I don't think we could.
Oh.
Think back to when we pre-phone. No.
Hmm.
Get that guy a microphone.
He needs a microphone. All right, so how about this? Frodo, you got any more?
Yeah, I got one more.
One more.
Okay.
A bear walks into the bar, and he says, "Let me have a beer." The bartender looks at him and says, "What's with the big paws?"
Whoa, did you hear it that time, Joe?
Yes.
Awesome. Oh, that was good. I like it. I love the jokes, the silly jokes. I love it. I like this segment. We're going to bring it back. We're going to keep doing it. And we have nobody but your wife to blame for it.
Yeah, as with most things in my life.
All right, so just because of the timing, I want to play one of your songs.
Okay.
I would say to set this up, my definition of a good recording, okay, is a great artist with a mic in front of them. Go. So I don't care about the washing machine, the cat meowing, the lyric sheets fumbling. That's all character to me, okay? I've listened to recordings multiple times just to hear that stuff in the background specifically. And
It's kind of fun, yeah.
yeah. Okay. Like the song "Dear John" with Ryan Adams and Nora Jones. It actually features a piano bench creaking in it. Okay.
Oh,
If you listen close. Okay. Ryan, Nora Jones was stuck when she was working on it, and she called Ryan and said, "Hey, I'm stuck on the song. I don't know what I'm doing, and I think I'm a failure as an artist." Because as an artist, if you can't write, you feel like your craft, you feel like you're just useless, right?
like it's gone.
Yeah.
It's never coming back.
Exactly. It's like a big traumatic moment. So Ryan comes over and he sits down at the bench there, and they're playing and they write it, and he inspires her a little bit, okay? And he actually has such a loose approach to playing and recording that Nora thought they were rehearsing and had no idea that they were rolling and recording when they were. So when you listen to that actual recording of the song that was released, it's literally a one take of them just playing through it, and she had no idea it was recording. And that's why it's so good.
Gotcha.
So
okay, so you're setting up for a song.
I'm setting up for your song that was actually recorded one take in front of your family, and your family
yeah.
was singing in the background. And there's so much
I'm in the
character
background
in
doing
this.
backup vocals. Caitlin is one of those people, and it was when my hard drive was dead, so I snuck over to my parents' house, hooked my USB mic up to their computer in the kitchen, and we practiced and played.
That's awesome. There's so much character in this. I just heard it like a couple of hours ago when I was prepping for the show and like final preps, and there's just so much character, and I love your family. Your family just, first of all, I love them in general because they're fantastic people, every single one of them.
Oh, you're just saying that.
And then just the song is great. So, hey, I believe the file name is like Joe 2.
Yeah.
Frodo, if you can throw to that one, it should be in the songs folder. Oh no, you pulled them out. Cool. There we go.
You're putting on charm like it's your perfume. You talk like it's an empty room. You're sending out signals like atomic plumes, but that's okay. You got tact like it's out of style. You got the tears of a crocodile, and you're laughing all the while. I say you're devious. Ba-ba-da-da-dum. Ba-ba-da-da-dum. You took your time and you were asked to marry. Forever is so temporary, just a way to gauge how much you're worth today. You stuck around, then you stuck it to me, taking every chance to rifle through me. I said, please, you just threw me right away. You devious way you act when your boyfriend's packing. Take him out to the back to slap him down. It's a bitch, but hey, who's laughing now? You devious, got a knack for whatever happens. Settle back and relax till it comes out. Never lack, never ask, you don't know how. You devious. Ba-ba-da-da-dum. Ba-ba-da-da-dum. You devious. Ba-ba-da-da-dum. Ba-ba-da-da-dum. Devious.
I remember I had to point to them every time they were supposed to come in. Oh,
Shit, I did.
Caitlin pointed to them. I remember Caitlin pointing to them every time they had to come in.
Joe has a live editing crew behind him. Live. If your facts are wrong, you're getting fact checked by your wife immediately.
And it hurts. Yeah,
Taking credit for my work.
it was her work.
No, Caitlin's fantastic, and she has a great voice as well, actually. I remember you guys were working on a couple songs where you were both singing together, and that sounded awesome. I don't know if there's anything that ever will get recorded from that, but
Yeah, actually,
go for it.
those were wiped out with the hard drive crash, the great hard drive crash of 12. But they're being brought back now as we speak. In fact, we're working on more songs. I like collaborating with her. All started off, I just couldn't work out a chorus. I had a chorus with the guest stars, the song Devil Mouth, and I couldn't get it to sound right, so I'm humming it and just working it over in my mind, and finally she comes up to me, she's like, why don't you do it like this? And I'm like, of course! And it was gold. And so ever since then, she's been part of the team.
Yeah, perfect. That's so cool, because, like, it's difficult sometimes to... In art and when you're creating something to have a fluid back and forth with somebody where you fully trust them. And hey, what better relationship than a marriage to be able to have that partner for somebody, right?
Exactly. You know, I love you, but your idea is shit.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's got to be that brutal, really.
Yeah.
Like for the creative process, you just kind of have to cut to the core sometimes and make it happen. So, what's the we've talked about your wife, which I'm gonna go ahead and set you up and say that was your favorite collaboration. What's your least favorite collaboration you've ever had with somebody? And you don't have to go by name, I guess, just genre and why.
Oh. Well, it was definitely my least favorite collaboration is when in the early days of my music career, which wasn't really a career back then, it was high school. I was in a band, and we were fighting over who would be the lead singer and who would write the songs. And I hated it. I hated it because I still am a good rhythm guitarist, terrible lead guitarist, and I had some ideas for songs that just weren't getting made into anything. And so here I was stuck on the back burner. And it was acoustic was the genre, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think Radiohead or Smashing Pumpkins is who we wanted to be like.
Absolutely.
Who they wanted to be like, and I hated Smashing Pumpkins. But, you know, yeah. So that was my least favorite, but only because we didn't understand our roles in the band.
Yeah, and it's got to be difficult when you're young sharing the leadership role if you're a songwriter, and clearly you are. Out of anyone that I know, as far as the songwriting, you've been doing it longer and you've stuck at it the most in terms of putting out the most material on a consistent basis.
Oh yeah, I try to put it away. I try to say I'm done with music, but it won't happen. It'll continue. I'm like Billy Crystal, you know. He just can't give up acting. He can't give up comedy. He'll be doing it until the day he dies, and it's because it's a part of who I am. I just can't put it away.
Nice. Well, I don't think you should. You get better with age. You experiment and try new things, and you continually get better in that regard as well. So it sounds awesome. Hey, just a little sidetrack here.
Okay.
Let's see. Well, I was going to go sidetrack. Do we have another phone? Oh, looks like we might have Joel Reitzma on the line.
Yeah, we do.
Oh,
Yeah, we
Joel Reitzma, welcome to Level 3 Radio. You're on with myself and
Am I
Joe
in?
Barshaw.
I'm inside. Wait, is Joe there? I was listening to Joe, and I was trying to call in at a time that I felt like was a good segue. Not a segue, but, a good time to cut him off. Without being a dick. I don't want to be a dick.
Joel,
Yeah.
you are a graceful gentleman. And
Thank you. So if I may bow in here
uh-huh.
and take this dance.
Absolutely. So what I wanted to have you both aboard so we could have a conversation, because three of us don't get often the opportunity to speak together, and we are all three artists in our own regard, and we can
And
offer.
we all have names that start with J, so that's a reason right there to talk.
That is absolutely
Ugh.
true.
That's great.
How
That
about
was
this? How about a question for both of you, and we can answer one at a time. We'll start with Joe. Have you ever thought about doing a stage name?
A what?
A stage name, like an alternate name for your art?
Yes, and that thing that was floating around Facebook for the longest time, your first pet and the street you lived on when you were born or something. That was going to be Freddie, Pennsylvania.
There you go.
Yeah.
Freddie, Pennsylvania. Nice.
How about you, Joel?
Yeah, actually. Before I was like dead set against it, and then it wasn't. I mean, until about like earlier this year that I had lost a bunch of weight, and the acting career kind of changed, and I felt I had to reinvent myself. So I was like, oh man, I should come up with a different stage name. Now would be the time to do it and escape the old. This is Joel, but what was I thinking for the name? I don't even know. Like, it was like I wanted it to be something nautical. So I thought it was Joel Helm, but then I thought it was too close to Ed Helms.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
You know, the guy from he's all over the place. The Office.
The
and all
Office
that
originally.
Stuff. So I was like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm not gonna do it. And I decided against it. So. Plus, I just felt like it'd be kind of douchey.
Yeah. Yeah. I never really gave it any serious consideration because I didn't see myself as garnering enough attention to warrant it, I suppose. But,
right.
Well, you already have your domain name.
Yeah, there you go.
Invested in that, so why get a new name?
Yeah.
Yeah, why bother those people at GoDaddy.com?
I know, right? Hey, don't say the URL until they pay me.
Yeah, right. That's right, GoDaddy. Pay us.
I gotta wonder if the guy's actual name is GoDaddy. That just doesn't seem real.
I think it was a dad who was like cheering himself on.
Oh.
Like, go daddy. Yeah.
No, I just think that he has a bunch of prostitutes that run the business. He just says, call me daddy.
There you go. Hey, okay. This brought me up because you're talking about the nautical theme. Joel, you are a captain, right, on the ferry boats in Chicago.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's got me thinking. What's the job that you've held that's been most conducive to your art?
Most conducive to my art. I guess. Well, for a while, when I was in college, when I was going to Columbia College, I got a job as an RA in the dorms. And I felt being an RA was I had to, like, I was responsible for people on the floor, and
yeah.
I was kind of a shy person, so but I actually really liked it a lot. I ended up like really taking the job very seriously, but having a lot of fun with it. That was always really fun. And
you were the cool RA.
Yeah, I would always I would let some things slide and other things. I'd like, all right, we got to get serious for a minute. You know what I mean? And then I think that was probably the most conducive to like doing acting, I guess, was kind of learning to kind of take a leadership role in a larger group of people, because I mean, theater and acting is a social art form. It's very social. You just can't do it by yourself.
You certainly can't make a career of it by yourself.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, what about you? Job that's most conducive?
My field, I want to say the post office, because I had so many hours unsupervised that I could write songs, but it was definitely working at a supermarket, because when the people weren't watching, I would write down my lyrics, and between the games of laser tag in the freezer with those price scanners, and mopping the freezer with a mop so that I could ice skate back there, I had lots of time to write songs, and they were terrible songs, but it was a great job.
And you also played laser tag with the Telzons with me in the freezer.
Fun. So fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. You got a laser gun. You can turn the light off. You got a bunch of boxes to hide behind. Who's not gonna play laser tag?
Right.
Come on.
Wait, was that with like a toy laser gun, like laser tag gun that you would buy in the store, or?
No, it's because it's a grocery store. It was like the Telzons that you used to scan and change inventory.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you just point them at each other and pull the trigger?
Yeah, essentially.
No,
right on. That's cool.
5, duh.
Well, it took a certain level of everyone agreeing upon certain rules.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the idea was to use the honor system to say when you got shot, but it ultimately wound up. Each game was about 5 minutes of playing, and then like 2 hours of arguing about who hit who with the laser.
Yeah, just like childhood.
All right, opposite end of things. We talked about the most conducive. Let's not talk about jobs, but let's talk about a period of time where you felt the most creatively stifled, and what brought that about and what ended it. Joel?
Creatively stifled?
Yeah. Has there ever been a time where you felt creatively stifled? Like you're out of ideas, you were disconnected, and then you maybe found a method to resolve it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do a lot of like solo performance stuff where I do like writing, and when you write your own material and then you end up like rehearsing it yourself, and then you basically tell a story, in front of people. There's a long process getting to that point, and along the way, and the reward really comes at the end. Even though, like, some of it, it's like the process is like, oh, this is great. I'm right. It's the journey, not the destination. But the destination is really like the thing that keeps you coming back to it.
Yeah.
And there's been plenty of times where, there's been a couple of times, and my girlfriend can attest to it, that I've hit a wall somewhere in the writing process, where I just I lose sight of what I was either originally writing about or what I thought inspired me, or I lost sight of like the faith in my own talent. Once you kind of like, there's a threshold you cross. You write so much, and then you can't read it back to yourself, because if you start reading it back to yourself,
such high level of judgment there from yourself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you start judging it, you get sick of it, and then you're so far away from, those fresh eyes that that you're actually working towards, that you end up stomping out your own fire.
Absolutely.
So it's a self-defeating kind of thing. So the only way I've ever gotten over it was just before I ended up giving up and just going with the old thing that I had already done. But lately, when it's happened, my girlfriend, she does this with me. She basically just reminded me why I was doing it, and just like kind of kept my faith up.
It's nice to have a supporting cast there.
Yeah.
Hey Joe, how about you? And I'll ask a little bit more pointedly, because I know there's been times where you've hit a wall. Tell me about the process and things that you do to come back from that wall.
I forget who it was because it was a British Prime Minister and no one really cares about them. But he
It's
said that
England.
the best vacation is a change of work. What I do is I focus on something else. Pick up my musical, writing a TV show, and then just work back to the music.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you kind of change your creative outlet, so it kind of throws you off your game, so you have to struggle to rebound, and by then you've started coming off of it, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Then the demon roadblock doesn't follow me, so we're good.
Awesome. Hey, I mean that's a great way to do it too, because you're still being productive in a different way, and realistically, creativity is at least in my estimation, I think creativity is essentially just linking things that are normally not linked.
Yeah, I've heard that description before.
Yeah. So, in that regard, when you just do something different, I mean, that should help. But, All right, so we got, I think, just about 10 minutes left in this. So I'm going to spend a few more minutes chatting with you gentlemen, then we're going to throw it to a song so we can end on that. But briefly, Joel, if you would, tell me about what you think is your greatest achievement or something that you're working on right now, and then go ahead and pimp any website or anything like that you have. Get yourself some notoriety.
Oh, okay. Right on. Okay, greatest achievement?
Yeah, man.
Okay. Well, I'm not, I don't know.
I guess, okay, maybe not greatest achievement. Your favorite thing that you've done. Favorite project you've worked on.
Wait, favorite project. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, I mean, okay. I guess the biggest thing is the stuff that I've been doing lately, I guess, is I've pretty much changed my entire physicality and changed my outlook on a lot of things. Physically, mentally, I've kind of rebuilt myself in a way. But the thing is, I don't feel like there's quite a destination, so I can't really say there's a real achievement. Yeah. But every day there is kind of a new thing of okay, yeah, I'm doing this. I've already gotten this far, and now I can move forward in this direction. So yeah, I mean it's kind of, I try not to look back on it so much as an achievement, but kind of start to keep in the moment about it, or look forward as into okay, I've done this now, but what am I going to do with it? Yeah. So I mean, lately it's just been about replugging that into my career, into acting and into everything else. I mean, I like my job, driving boats and stuff like that, but I don't consider it my career, and I don't consider it my priority by any means. I mean, I've learned a lot and I've gotten a lot from it, but yeah, I think I'm applying it more to my acting career and stuff like that. So
cool. So where can anybody who wants to check out Joel Reitsma, what he's working on, and any live performances, where can they go?
Well, they can go to my website, joelreitsma.com, JOELREITSMA. I have a play that I'm in coming up it's going to be opening mid-April. It's called The Brig. It's going to be at the Mariachi Theater in Chicago. So you'll probably hear about it. Probably. If you're on Facebook at all, you'll probably hear about it.
Nice.
But, yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Joel. Hey,
yeah,
Joe. Joe, tell me about your, real quick, give me something that it's your favorite project you've worked on, and then where folks can go to hear you.
Right now, folks can go to SoundCloud to hear me. I used to have a website, but that's gone because I, kept forgetting to pay for it. My favorite project I've ever worked on to date has been the guest stars. That was fun because we got to tour and we almost made it to, being a local band. But I've got something huge coming up. Next year, man. Next year I'm going to have something huge coming out. But it's a surprise right now.
All right. Well, we'll keep the fans posted. Anytime you want to release some information, you are 100% free to pop back on here. Thank you so much to Joe and Joel, both for jumping on the call. I really, really appreciate you guys. I really respect you both as artists. I think you're fantastic people. And
man, you guys are great.
Have to have you both back on to chat some more at different times on different shows because, you guys are very interesting folks. Very interesting. I could spend a lot of time on here exposing listeners to some things you guys have to say.
Yeah, I have some ideas coming up also. And also I want to say, I miss you, Joe. I miss you.
What?
Anyway.
Nice.
I miss you. That was it.
Awesome. Joel, can you tell me about the song we're about to play to put the show out on?
I don't know. What song are we about to play?
The second one you gave me.
Okay, I was rushing to get something ready for you.
You were Russian? I thought you were born here.
It's not completely done. It's still a bit rough, but I recorded the vocals today in one take, trying to get everything at least presentable. So this is something I've been doing on the new computer. Everything is fake except the vocals and guitar. Also, your mom says hi and stop rocking.
I can't stop rocking. If you know me, you have to know I can't stop rocking. All right, so cool, Joe. What's the name of it?
This is called Waiting, I think.
Waiting, okay. Waiting, comma, I think is the name of the song. Once again, Show 18. Thanks to Joel Reitzma and Joe Barshaw for jumping on and talking to me today. Great conversation. It's been a lot of fun. I thank you guys so much. And the listeners, thank you so much, Frodo. Thanks, man. Rocking on in there. Let's end on this Waiting, comma, I think by Joe Barshaw.
It's not how I planned. Giving it all just to meet demands. Taking the world as it comes. Not thinking about what I've never done. This I promise you, I won't end up like you. I won't give up like you. Oh no, oh no. I've been casting about with my head in the clouds. I've been fighting, waiting for this dream to arrive. Not quite sure what I meant. Have you satisfied your